Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, and welcome back to another Sims 4 speedbuilding video. So in today's video, I'm back building in the world of Strangerville. It's been a really long time since I've actually built in Strangerville, so I'm actually really excited to share this build. So to start it off, I'm actually going to be building this house for the Roswell family. Now the Roswell family are actually a pre-made family that came with the Strangerville game pack, and they're supposedly one of the oldest families in Strangerville, and I really want to include them in my save file, and so I really wanted to build them a big family home. Currently the Roswell family only actually consists of two Sims, so there is Ted and Meredith. They're a married couple and they just live on their own in this big lot. There was already a house already here, but obviously I bulldozed that and I'm making them a completely new one, and I want to give them a bigger family tree as well. Since they are meant to be one of the oldest families in Strangerville, I feel like it makes sense if I give them a really large family tree, and that's why they are one of the oldest families, because it just kind of makes sense to me. I also do want to actually give them some children, so I've had it in my head that the idea is going to be that they're going to be Ted and Meredith, and then they'll have an older son, maybe, I'm thinking, and he'll be a young adult. He'll probably have been moved out of the house. Maybe he has a family of his own in another world, or maybe in Strangerville. I'm not completely decided on that yet, but they also do have a set of twins, which are both girls, and they're both children, and they both live in this house with them. And maybe they just had them really late. Maybe they had their son quite early, and then they had their other two daughters just really late, and that's just kind of the idea that I was thinking. Now, as you can tell from the title of this video, this house is actually going to be made into a farm. Now, one of the reasons why I wanted to make it into a farm is actually because I believe this is one of the biggest lots in Strangerville, or especially in this upper area of Strangerville anyway, and I felt like Strangerville is actually a really good world to make a farm in. I do actually already have a farm in my save file in, I believe, Brinton Bay, but I still want to include some more. I know that we don't actually have a farm in expansion pack. That is something that I'm really hoping for, but I still like the idea that you can still have a farm for fruit and vegetables, and maybe grow some flowers as well. So I really wanted to make this house into a farm. You'll see me do the little farming bit on the side. But another thing what actually inspired me to build this house especially was, it's actually a really weird place to get inspiration from, but I've actually been binge watching a lot of The Walking Dead, and I believe it's like maybe season 1 or maybe season 2. They do stay in a farm for quite some time, and it just really inspired me, especially the farm that they're actually staying at. It just really inspired me to build a farm, and looking at it, I just kind of felt like that would be a perfect thing to build in Strangerville, and I just really liked the idea of it. Now, I know Ted supposedly is meant to be the mayor. It says in the household description that he is the mayor of Strangerville, even though when you go into the game he's actually unemployed. So for my save file, I'm actually going to make him so he is a mayor, because with the city living expansion pack we did actually get that career choice, I believe, and his wife Meredith is actually unemployed as well. Now I'm actually going to keep it so she is unemployed, but maybe she just runs the little farm. Maybe they have a farm shop or something. I might maybe create a little retail shop for someone to sell fruit and vegetables, and maybe that could be where she sells them, or maybe she just sells them from her household, or not her household, just maybe like her inventory or something like that. But I really liked the idea that she kind of just stays in the house all the time. She grows the fruit and vegetables. She just like kind of takes care of the whole entire house. Now, expanding on the idea of them having two child daughters, I feel really weird when I say two child daughters, but two children that are twins. I kind of want to go off the idea that maybe they are homeschooled, and they are actually homeschooled in this house. So you'll see it when I actually get onto it a little bit later in the video. I do actually create a homeschooling room, and I just kind of had it in my head that they don't really like to go out that much. Maybe the children like to stay in at all times. Maybe Meredith teaches them from home, so there is obviously a homeschooling room. And I just really like the idea of having a really close knitted family. Maybe they don't want to go out because of all the stuff that's happening in Strangerville, and maybe that's why they decided to be homeschooled. Something like that. I don't really know. I know that you can't actually have your Sims being homeschooled in the game. Maybe that could come into the game at one point. I'm not too sure if that would actually ever come, but there is definitely mods that you can use for it. Or if you like to play vanilla without any mods or anything like that, you can definitely just make it so it's an extra skill building room. Maybe Ted and Meredith want their children to be as academic as possible, and so maybe after school they go into that room and Meredith still teaches them a few things or something like that. I really liked the idea of having a homeschool room. I've never done that in The Sims before. I don't know kind of where it came into. I think it's because something like that might have happened in The Walking Dead. I'm not too sure, but The Walking Dead definitely did inspire this house quite a lot, and it was kind of like my main point of kind of inspiration to build this house. I'm actually really happy with this house. It's one of my favorite builds I've actually done in Strangerville. I really hope you guys like it as well. But as you can see, the main structure of the house is already built, and I'm actually already onto landscaping. So I went for a white and red theme for this house. I was kind of debating going for between a white and navy or white and red, but I kind of felt like red suited a farm better than navy, and so I decided to go for the red one. I actually decided not to make the whole house try and kind of reflect on the exterior colours, so I didn't try and make the house red inside. I believe that I actually made Ted and Meredith's bedroom and just kind of have a little bit of red in there. I think I used the bed which we got from university, and that kind of fitted this house style perfectly, if I'm honest, and I think I used a red swatch of that. But the rest of the house is just kind of as farm-like as I could make it. It is a little bit fancy in some aspects, because where I kind of see Ted being a mayor, or he's going to be a mayor for my save file, I kind of assume that he'd have a lot of people coming into his house quite often, and so I wanted to make it quite formal. I actually used, I believe I used the university, again from university, I believe I used the university sofas in the lounge room. I believe I used them in like a cream swatch. I still don't want to make it too red all over the house, but I just kind of wanted to have small aspects of it in different kinds of rooms. As you can see though, I am actually now finishing up the landscaping. The landscaping in this house actually took me a really long time to figure out, because I haven't actually landscaped with these types of plants in a really long time. Landscaping, say in Willow Creek, is completely different to Oasis Springs. It's just kind of different plants that grow around the world, and I just kind of forgot how to landscape in the world for a little bit, and so it did actually take me quite a long time. But moving on, I have actually just started doing a little vegetable patch just off to the side of this house, and I'm actually using the fences that we got with the World Objects cheat. I think they come with base game, or maybe cats and dogs, I'm not too sure. They're actually the similar fences that go around this world as well, so kind of like the around the area of this lot is a similar fence, or maybe the same fence, and so I just kind of felt like it was perfect, as well as it kind of just matches a farmer kind of little vegetable patch. But in here I am actually just going around and terrain painting. I'm using two different shades of kind of like dirt and mud to kind of give the effect that there's going to be plants there. I will actually put some plants in once I kind of finish this and I actually do the screenshots. I will actually go in and actually put some plants there, so you don't have to go into the game and it be empty. I will actually have some already made plants already in them little vegetable patches. I'm gonna have mainly just a fruit and vegetable, like I said, but maybe a few flowers here and there. I am just doing this little walkway though up to the stairs, which goes up the side of the porch. Now, one thing that was actually really weird is you would have seen when I actually started doing the terrain painting for the outside bit, I actually went straight to a load of mud. Now, I did actually do individual lines for it, and then I came out of my game and I went back in, and there is this glitch where your terrain paint disappears, and I spoke about it in my last video. That didn't happen. My terrain paint completely just changed. So the lines that were in between the mud, even though it was two different shades of mud, it actually changed to the same terrain paint that led up to the house, like the little steps that you would have just seen me do. Really strange. I don't know what happened there, but I decided to just cut that bit out completely and just show you the part where I was just doing the lines in the mud. But moving on, I have actually just gone in and started furnishing the inside of this house. So like always, wallpapering and flooring I decided to do off camera. It takes me way too long. I went for this Parenthood wallpaper. I just felt like it was so farm-like to me, and I felt like it was just so perfect. As you would have seen though, I do have a little red oven and also a little red fridge as well, just kind of tie in them small aspects of the kind of outside, like I said, just kind of like the little bits here and there. And as you can see, I am just going around and cluttering up the kitchen. I decided to go for these Parenthood counters. I felt like they just matched the kind of farm vibe completely. I just felt like they went so perfectly, and so I decided to use these ones. The dining room is actually also in the kitchen as well, so as you can see off to the side, I do actually use I believe it's the Parenthood table and chairs, as well as just some decorational objects over the side. So there's like cats and dogs. I think it's like where you're meant to have all your fancy like bowls and plates and stuff. I just kind of imagined that the Roswell family would definitely have one of these in their kitchen, and so I decided to put one of them in. And then I do just have like a little plant and this little armchair as well, which is actually from Island Living, but I kind of felt like it went in a really weird way. Even though they're completely different theme packs, I just kind of felt like it went together. But now moving on, I've actually just started furnishing the lounge room. So the lounge room is located at the back of the house, and it's got windows over like the majority of the walls, as you can see. I'm actually using the university sofas like I mentioned, and then the two little armchairs as well. And I actually really like this lounge room. I think it turned out so lovely. I really like these sofas as well and these armchairs. I haven't actually used them. It was the first time that I've used them since I haven't really been building it in the past few months, and when university came out I was barely building, and so it's actually really exciting to use them. And I feel like these sofas are I'm actually going to have a lot of different opportunities to use in a lot of different houses, just because I feel like you can use them in multiple places rather than just fancy houses. As you can see as well, I did also add a little grand piano in here. I was just kind of thinking that maybe the daughters of this household are really into music and stuff, or maybe, like I said, where Meredith homeschools them, maybe that's one of the things that she teaches them when they're at home. Or if you want to play vanilla style and you don't want to have mods in your game, maybe it's one of the activities that the children do on the weekends or something. I'm not too sure. But moving on, I've actually now just started furnishing one of the bathrooms. So this house has, I believe, 3 bathrooms, and the biggest bathroom is actually the one that I'm furnishing down here on the bottom floor. So this bathroom is also kind of like the laundry room as well. It's where the washing machine and tumble dryer are, and it also does have a shower, a bathtub, a toilet, all the kind of normal toilet items. I'm actually using a wallpaper that I believe is from Realm of Magic, and I actually really like that wallpaper. And as you can see, I did try and tie in a small bit of red as well in this bathroom, and by doing some red tiles on the floor. I believe that tile was actually base game, and I felt like it just went perfectly, especially being all white walls. It kind of just gave the bathroom a little bit of extra colour, and so I really do actually like that. But now I'm actually just going around and finishing off the bathroom, making a few final touches, and then I'm actually going to move on and start furnishing Ted's office. Now, where Ted is actually meant to be the mayor, I really wanted to give him a place where he could maybe work from home on the weekends, or maybe just work from home anyway. I think the mayor career actually has that option, so if you actually want to work from home, you can do that. I'm not too sure, I haven't played that career in a really long time, but I still wanted to give him a formal place where maybe people come in and they have discussions and stuff. I've just really wanted to have a little formal sit down area for them to go in. This room also kind of doubles up as a library, so as you can see, I use a load of bookcases on one side of the wall. I actually use the university bookcases. I was kind of tied between the Strangerville bookcases and the university ones, but the university ones actually just fitted together better than the other ones, so I decided to go with them ones. Now moving on though, I've actually started furnishing one of my favourite rooms in the house. So this is actually the homeschooling room. I really wanted this house to have a homeschooling room and just kind of play on the idea of possibly having homeschooling in the future of the game. Maybe, hopefully, that would be a really cool aspect if we could actually do that. But I still wanted there to be just like a skill building room for the children anyway, and so this room is basically just that. It's just loads of different activities and just loads of different boards, which I kind of imagine has maybe their timetable, like Meredith can go in one day and write down on the board like this is what we're going to be learning today and stuff like that. There isn't actually any like formal seating area like a classroom. There is just some individual desks, and then I actually do give Meredith a little teacher's desk. Maybe if you actually do want to play vanilla, I do actually play mostly vanilla now anyway. You could actually make Meredith maybe go into the teaching career, and that be where she does her work from kind of home, maybe where she grades her papers or something. I haven't actually played with the teaching career, so I don't actually know what it's about or what you do as a kind of like your progress thing. So a lot of different jobs have like progress things that you have to do at home. Some of them are maybe write articles or something, so maybe that's where she can do that if you want her to be in the teaching career or something. That is actually quite a good idea, I think, and so maybe that could be a possible thing if you do want to play vanilla style. As you can see though, I am just decorating these little desks. So like I said, I wanted them to have 2 daughters, and so I gave them 2 desks individually. This room does also have the majority of the kind of activities that children can do. So we have the science experiment table. We also have, we only have 1 drawing table. I didn't want to clutter it up with 2 of them. I just felt like maybe one of the children could be doing the science experiments whilst the other one is actually doing the drawing table. I just didn't want to clutter it up too much. We also do have the little Parenthood ball, as well as some of them school projects that we've got with Parenthood. I know that your Sims probably can't get to them there, but if you actually wanted to use them, you could definitely just drag them into the middle of the room and you'll probably be able to use them that way. But moving on, I have now actually moved upstairs into this house. Now I didn't actually show the furnishing of the hallways. I thought it would be too long a video if I did, even though the video is actually only 20 minutes long without screenshots, but I felt like it gets repetitive anyway sometimes when I consistently show hallways, and it's pretty much always the same thing. But moving on, as you can see, I'm actually decorating one of the girls' bedrooms. So both girls have their bedrooms right next to each other, and they're both very similar sizes. One just has one of the big Strangerville windows and the other one just has smaller windows. That's basically the only difference. They do have slight different color themes though. One of the children, the actual children's room that I'm actually doing now, I do actually kind of play on the red theme a little bit. I actually use the bed that we got with cats and dogs, and I use it in the red swatch of the bed. I really like that bed, but in the other room it's a completely different kind of theme. Even though they are twin girls, I still wanted them to have their own personality. I'm not quite sure on what kind of Sims they're going to be yet, and I'm not kind of sure what their traits are going to be or anything like that, but I still wanted them to be their own, like not their own person, but their own Sim. I didn't want them to be the exact same, and so I decided to give them slightly different bedrooms. In the bedroom though, as you can see, there is actually the majority of like toys and stuff, as well as a desk. Now I know there is desks downstairs, and they both do have laptops on downstairs, so in both the rooms I actually decided not to give them computers in their bedrooms. I was thinking maybe their computer is only downstairs, maybe they're not allowed computers in their own rooms, maybe Ted and Meredith are really strict like that, and so upstairs I just put a diary on each one of the desks instead of actually a computer. If you want to though, you can probably just move the computers from downstairs, the laptops, onto the desk upstairs if you want to play that, but that was just kind of the idea that I had in my head. But now moving on, I have actually started furnishing the other daughter's bedroom. So like I said, these bedrooms are right next to each other, and I was actually just going around and putting some of the debug menu objects into the other girl's bedroom, because I actually pulled out one of my saved rooms whilst I started this bedroom, and I felt like I needed to give the other daughter a few of them kind of little plushy things. I'm not even sure what they're called, but I know that you can get them with the holiday crackers in the game. But as you can see, this bedroom is kind of like a yellow and pink theme in here, and I decided that I wanted to go for this colour just because I really wanted to use this bed. This bed is from Seasons, and it's one of my favourite beds in the whole entire game. I just think it is so lovely. I also kind of went for a wood furniture theme of white. Wood furniture theme of the furniture in here is white is what I'm trying to say, as well as the other girl's bedroom is kind of like a normal wood brown colour. Like I said, I wanted to have them have different rooms and not kind of be the same kind of people, and so like I said, don't know what kind of people they're going to be yet, but I still kind of want there to be a difference in their bedrooms, and I felt like with going with different colour furniture, it kind of just shows that a little bit. In here, the same thing kind of goes. I have very similar kind of gameplay objects. This girl does actually have a bookcase in her room though. I actually use the bookcase that we got with My First Pet stuff, and I actually really like that. This daughter does also have a little walk-in wardrobe. There was actually the perfect space for one of these, and where I did actually give Ted and Meredith one, on the other side of this one, I just felt like it was a perfect space to put a little walk-in wardrobe into this room as well. But as you can see, I am just finishing out that bedroom, and I'm going in and actually furnishing another bedroom. Now, if you remember at the start of the video, I did actually say that I kind of had it my idea in my head that Ted and Meredith had 3 children, 2 twin girls, and then a older son who has possibly moved out of the house. Now, I was kind of thinking that this could be his bedroom from when he used to live in the house, and maybe since he's moved out, they've actually renovated just to be maybe a guest bedroom, or maybe I was actually thinking of the possibility of maybe him, and if he's got a partner, maybe they come and they stay quite often, and this is the bedroom where they stay in, or you could just use it as a butler's bedroom if you would like that as well, or you could just use it as a spare bedroom, or you could completely renovate it. You can do whatever you want with it, but there was space for another bedroom, and so I thought it would be a nice thing to add one. But now moving on, I'm actually furnishing Ted and Meredith's room. So this is actually the last room in the house that you see me furnish. In a minute, I'm actually going to go back outside and just add a few more objects around the area of the house. But in this bedroom, as I said at the start of the video, I did actually decide to go with the university bed. It kind of ties in with that red theme a little bit, and I actually really like this bed. I actually really like it in that swatch, and so this was actually the first time I actually used it as well. In this bedroom though, as I mentioned with the previous daughter's bedroom, they do actually have a walk-in wardrobe. I used the one that we got with Get Together, and I kind of used it in the wood slat one because I kind of felt like that matched the kind of farming kind of style perfectly. You'll see as well, I did actually just add a load of photo frames onto the wall. Now when I upload this house, I'm not sure if I'm actually going to have the photos in them or not, or maybe you just want to create your own ones, but I really want there to be lots of family photos in all of the houses in my save file, and it's something that all of the houses that I've already done, I'm actually going to go in and add them if they are big families, and I just feel like it's really nice to display some family photos in Ted and Meredith's bedroom. In here though, I do just have a little one of them vanity tables that we got with vintage Glamour stuff, and it kind of fitted the vibe of the room perfectly. I am actually just going around now and just finishing it off, and now I'm actually just going back to the outside and just adding a few more gameplay items like a swing set and a little bird feeder as well, just to kind of tie it in all together. But anyway guys, I am actually going to end this voiceover here, so as always you can download this house via the gallery. My origin ID is JessicapieYT, or you can just search for the hashtag Jessicapie or just the hashtag Jessicapie. Either way you will find me on the gallery that way. But anyway guys, I am actually going to end this voiceover here, so as always I hope you guys enjoyed watching me build this Roswell family farmhouse, and as always if you do like my content then please subscribe, and hopefully I will see you in my next Sims 4 speed building video. Bye guys.